Welcome to Morgan J. Burke Aquatic Center for another edition of Behind the Blocks. This week, the women are off to New Jersey for a two-day dual meet at Rutgers, and I'm joined now by freestylers Kendal, Schreder, and Elissa Haake. Thanks for taking the time to join me in the show. It's good to have you guys here. So first 3 weekends, we'll start with you, Elissa. Each of the first 3 weekends are unique in that it's two-day meets, and you're going both Friday night and Saturday afternoon or morning. Does that kind of help you get in a rhythm, and it's kind of the same each weekend? Is that a good thing?
I think it's definitely a good thing because it preps us more for Big Tens and the invite, which are definitely more of our focus points. John likes to talk about how we have to be able to go fast at night and then get right back up the next morning and go for it.
As someone who excels in the sprints and the 50 free, Kendal, you know, the 50 and the 100 usually get split up at these two-day duels like this. Is that a good thing?
Yes, it helps a lot because sometimes when it's a one-day meet, it's a bit of a crunch time to try and get warmed down and warm up in.
Usually these multiple day duels, it can be up to 4 relays, and everybody loves relays. Is it better to have more relays at a meet?
I would say yes, just because it gets the energy going. Can't say you see the 800 free relay super often, but the other relays, it's definitely fun just to have more chances to get up and cheer for your teammates.
Kendal, same kind of question. Do you like it when there's more relays, especially when you're good at the sprints, 2 medley, 2 free, 400 free, that kind of thing? And then as a freshman, going back to Minnesota, 2 years ago, to be a freshman on a relay at Big Tens, like what did that feel like?
Yes, I do like when there's more relays because there's not that many sprint events, so it gives me more opportunities to swim. And then freshman year, I was so nervous about it, but it was just such an exciting experience to get to share with my teammates. Everyone was super supportive about it, and it was just a lot of fun.
Flying to Rutgers this weekend, so a nice trip out to New Jersey. I imagine it'll be a new pool that you guys haven't seen before, kind of like the trip to Mizzou 2 weeks ago. Elissa, it sounds like you lived in New York over the summer, so East Coast state of mind, something that is not new to you necessarily, and you're going to head back there after the school year is over?
Yeah, after I graduate, I'm heading back to the company I worked with, and I'll be living in Manhattan and working for that company.
Seeing new pools, whether it's Mizzou or Rutgers or maybe upcoming trips this year to Northwestern, what have you, is that kind of one of the perks of being a student athlete?
Yeah, I personally love to travel. I like flying, and it's fun to be on the bus with your teammates for extended periods of time, so I enjoy it.
So speaking of Rutgers, and Maryland came in at the same time, it was about a decade ago, actually next month, that we all found out that Rutgers and Maryland were going to be our comrades in the Big Ten. Well, that was, again, a decade ago for you guys. Big Ten maybe wasn't on your radar as much back then. We'll let you go on that one. However, I was thinking, June, the same news happened. USC and UCLA, we all found out together, kind of, that, hey, they're going to be in the Big Ten in a couple of years. Can you guys maybe take me back to June to where you were when you found out, and were you as shocked as me when that happened? Let's start with you.
I was eating lunch at work, and I was just scrolling through my phone, and I saw, I think it was like a Barstool article, and I was like, oh my God, like, they're not even in the Midwest. Like, this is not okay. But I mean, we'll welcome them when the time comes. But I was super shocked, yeah.
Kendal, do you have a moment that sticks in your head when all that went down?
I was very surprised when I found out. I also found out from an article, but I didn't find out till like a few days after they released the news. So I texted my parents, and they were like, yeah, like they said that a few days ago, and I was like, oh.
So within freestyle group, I imagine it's sprint, mid, and then the D crew, distance group. How different are those 3 groups within freestyle?
They are incredibly different, almost kind of like different strokes almost. So Kendal and I, for example, I swim the 100 free. Kendal also does the 100 free. I never train with her. She's in the sprint group, I'm in mid D. So we have even though we swim the same stroke, we have very different backgrounds in how to make us successful.
What are some of those main differences? Is it all based on the distance that you rack up throughout a week, or more start practice?
Yeah, it kind of depends. Like today, for example, the sprint group was like going off the blocks, doing really short distances, while mid D and D were doing a lot more yardage than we were. So it kind of varies, like depending on what practice we're doing that day, but they're quite different.
Looking ahead to next week, Halloween is on the horizon very shortly. Obviously a great holiday and what October builds toward. Give me a little bit about Halloween in your world. We'll start with you, Elissa. Do you plan to dress up? Do you have memories from Halloween as a kid that you're most fond of? And maybe who on the team loves Halloween the most?
I don't have any plans at the moment to dress up. I was thinking earlier today actually about some of my favorite costumes, and my freshman year of high school, I was Missy Franklin for Halloween.
Okay.
So I love that one. And to answer who loves Halloween the most, it would have to be our roommate, Kat Mueller. We decorated for Halloween on September 4th. She is obsessed with Halloween. It is her favorite holiday, favorite time of year. She is a spooky gal.
Some of my favorite memories would be like making our Halloween costumes, because my family was pretty crafty with it. We wouldn't usually go to the store to get them, so that was always fun. But no, Kat is really the person who sticks out to me who enjoys Halloween the most.
We'll be getting back from Rutgers super late, so I don't think we have any plans to dress up, but I know we talked about dressing up for practice on Monday since Halloween's on a Monday, but I'm sure she'll wear something. I mean, it's Kat, so.
Okay, well, we look forward to hearing more about that. All right, so Chang, give a shout out to a teammate, whether somebody from your stroke group or somebody from your class or somebody that's a freshman that's might had a nice breakout or what have you. How about we start with you, Kendal? Who deserves some love on Behind the Blocks?
I would have to say Abby Marchikaitis. She's had a wonderful start to her freshman season, getting the freshman record in the 100 back. And I don't get to train with her often, but when she is in my lane during warm-ups and stuff, she's just so much fun to swim with, and I think she's been doing a wonderful job so far.
Great energy
Yes.
in her freshman year. Good
Yeah.
to hear. So Abby gets some love there. Elissa, who you got in mind?
Mine would have to be Abby Johns. She went a best time in her 500 at Mizzou, and that her best time was 5 years in the making. So she, just seeing how she swam there, seeing how she swam this past weekend, she is definitely going to have another breakout season. I don't train with her super often. Mid-D and D sometimes train together, but when I do, I love training with her. She is always super positive and super happy, always smiling, even if we're doing like fourth gear best average. Like, she is always happy.
All right, we close things out with what we call personal preferences. So we have you pick a number between 1 and 26. There are no wrong answers. We just want to learn more about you. Elissa, as the senior, we'll have you go first. Between 1 and 6, and the rule is you can't repeat an answer said in front of you. So what do you got between 1 and 26?
13.
13, lucky 13. One of my favorite numbers. Favorite TV or online series that you can't stop watching?
Oh, Friends. Friends for sure. I've watched it, I think, 10 times through at least.
Favorite character?
Chandler Bing,
Gotcha.
without a doubt.
She was firm on both of those.
Yes.
She knew her answer right away on both. So she is a Friends one. Okay, I don't know if you like Friends or not, Kendal, but you can't say it based on
Yeah.
the rules of this game.
I've been watching House of the Dragon recently, and I've been extremely into that.
Okay.
So,
Between 1 and 26, Kendal, don't pick 13.
22.
22. Most unique event you attended or place you went so far in the year 2022? So you like to travel. Have you been anywhere really, really cool this year?
Oh yeah, this summer went on a family vacation out to Colorado to see to hike in the Rockies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain National?
Yes.
That's
Yep.
a very cool place. Where have you gone this year besides New York that was really cool, Alyssa?
Acadia National Park in Maine.
Okay.
It is super beautiful if you've never been. 10 out of 10 recommend.
Nice. I suppose you probably hadn't been to Maine before?
No, I had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We went back in 2020, so it was good to be back.
Okay. Alyssa, you can go last. Between 1 and 26, don't pick 13, don't pick 22.
10.
10. Favorite multimedia app? So anything that has video or music or social media, what do you end up using the most?
Be real.
Beat Reel?
Be real.
Be Real. Be Real. Tell us more about Be Real.
So it's like a Snapchat story, but it's only once a day, and you have to take it within this like 2-minute window, unless you're late. So the whole point is to like show your friends exactly what you're doing in that time. I love getting John in my Be Reels. Everyone finds it pretty funny because he still doesn't understand the concept.
Sure.
I would have to say the book app on my phone. I like to read a lot, so that's what I find myself doing most of the time.
Have you fully transferred over to Kindles and electronic books?
No, my shelves are full of books that I haven't read yet.
So paperbacks and hard copies are still,
Yes.
I agree with you. You got them, might as well read them.
Yes.
All right, well, good luck to Elissa and Kendal and all the Boilermakers at Rutgers as they hit the road for a 2-day Big Ten dual meet in New Jersey. And this is Behind the Blocks.